has now been 3 weeks since Nancy Guthrie was taken from her home in Tucson. Welcome to 12 News at 7. I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. Thanks for joining us tonight. While there is still no suspect in the case, the FBI feels that they are closing in. First, let's give you a look at what happened over the weekend. Late Friday night, 3 people were detained in connection with the case, and a Range Rover was towed away by the FBI. All 3 were eventually released. And then the FBI said Sunday that a glove found about 2 miles from Nancy Guthrie's home contained DNA belonging to an unidentified male. Also saying the glove appears to match the glove that was seen in that doorbell video. And earlier today, the Pima County Sheriff's Office officially confirmed that there are no suspects in the Guthrie family. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra has more on today's developments.
Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos announced just a few hours ago that all family members, to include Nancy's children and their spouses, have been cleared as possible suspects in this case. Now, this is a significant development because the last time Sheriff Nanos spoke about this, he said it would be irresponsible for him to rule out anyone in this case until someone is in custody. But today he shared that statement and said, in part, the family has been nothing but cooperative and gracious and are victims in this case. The update comes a few days after the sheriff confirmed DNA belonging to someone other than Nancy Guthrie was found inside her home. He told NBC News that the DNA didn't belong to anyone in close contact with her either. It's unclear if they've since been able to identify it. Investigators are also taking a closer look at what a possible suspect was seen wearing in surveillance video the night she disappeared. The backpack the suspect is seen wearing is sold exclusively at Walmart, and today the sheriff's office confirmed the clothing may have also been purchased from Walmart as well, but it's not exclusively available there. They're continuing to look at all leads, and a retired Phoenix police commander tells me the DNA and clothing leads are significant and will hopefully help law enforcement zero in on a suspect.
The Walmart connection, fantastic. That right there, I can guarantee you've got somebody going through daily, hourly, minute videos of that's produced by Walmart and dumped into their facial recognition software. And the leads that you're going to get back on that are going to be incredible.
We also know the FBI would be uploading DNA evidence found on a glove about 2 miles away from Nancy's home into a national database. I've reached out to an FBI spokesperson to see if there have been any matches yet, but have not received a response. The FBI is still trying to identify the person who was seen on Nancy's doorbell camera the night she disappeared. They're asking anyone with information to continue calling in. The number is 1-800-CALL-FBI. In Tucson, Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
All right, Gabby, thank you. And as the search for Nancy Guthrie continues, download the 12 Plus streaming app so you can get the very latest coverage and any breaking updates. All right, now let's bring in meteorologist Lindsay Riley with a look at the potential rain and snow that the state could be getting. Lindsay, how soon do you think all of this rain will be moving into the valley?
We're actually beginning to see some of the first showers move into northwestern Arizona as we speak. So out toward Kingman, Lake Havasu, Mojave County, we're seeing a lot of wet weather. You can see plenty off to the west across southern California where they've had flooding, severe storms today. We're not tracking severe weather for us, but we're going to be seeing some snow pile up across the high country this week and some rain overnight here in the valley. So these are the first raindrops of a series of storms that will be impacting our weather as we march throughout the week. We're taking a step back to winter because we've been enjoying above average temperatures all month, and we're still on track for some showers tonight. Overnight here in the valley. Much of the daylight hours tomorrow will be dry. And up in the high country, the snow will also pick up tonight, and it will be on and off. This is going to be a series of 3 storms, one tonight and tomorrow, the second one on Wednesday, and the third one on Friday. Phoenix rain chances. We're dry for the next couple of hours, but by about midnight or so, showers will begin to increase, continuing through the overnight, and then much of the daylight hours tomorrow will be dry. As far as rain totals, they're going to be pretty light, about 1/10 of an inch of rain expected here in the valley overnight, and then a dry day for the daylight hours tomorrow, but you can see Flagstaff snow chances. We're up to 100% by 9 p.m. tonight. That continues into the overnight, so we will have snow accumulation on the ground for the morning drive in Flagstaff, and we're going to add more during the day tomorrow. It's windy out towards Show Low. Starts off as rain, changing over to snow overnight, and we'll see that snow begin to accumulate tomorrow. More on those accumulation forecasts coming up in just a few minutes. Mark?
Lindsay, thanks. A warning to Arcadia residents tonight. A person with a fake ID has been stealing packages from FedEx drivers. 12 News journalist Tiani Jadalang talked to neighbors in the area and has details.
He was very startled and he pulled out the driver's license, she said, and then showed him that. And it had his name, our address, but his picture.
Brooklyn Baylor recalls the moments a FedEx driver informed her of someone posing to be her partner, Josh Diker.
Initial instinct is, I need to track this guy. She said he was just a block away. Got in my car, started to locate him. Unfortunately, I couldn't.
But it was this individual who the pair claims ran up to the delivery driver with a license with all of Diker's information. An individual whose face they don't recognize. At this time, the case is in the hands of the Phoenix Police Department, who tell me it's an active investigation and no arrests have been made.
The police did state that this is an identity theft.
That's true, yeah.
So that's what this is considered.
According to the Arcadia residents, the incident happened down the street from where the two live in broad daylight. So no security or ring camera footage was able to be obtained. The couple is thankful no packages were stolen because they say a hit like this could have greatly impacted their business.
Our livelihood, although we've been in business for 40 years, we are 100% family owned and operated. So the loss of even one package is detrimental to us financially.
Today in Mesa, a memorial service for firefighters who lost their lives in the line of duty. The service brings family of the firefighters, city officials, and many community members together to celebrate the lives of those lost. There were 14 firefighters honored at the event, and both the fire chief and the Mesa mayor spoke before the last alarm bell tradition played. Artificial intelligence data centers use a massive amount of power, and in some areas of the country, residential electric rates have jumped as data centers grabbed power from the open market. In Arizona, there are several big data center projects on the horizon. So the question is, could our rates go up because of them? In an exclusive interview, 12 News journalist Troy Hayden asked that question.
And the transformer transforms the voltage from the voltage that's being produced at the battery level to what's acceptable on the grid.
Arizona Public Service President Ted Geisler takes us on an exclusive tour of the company's new Agave battery storage facility west of Phoenix.
This is one of the battery units. It's actually worth 1 megawatt. 1 megawatt serves about 160 homes.
The batteries sit right next to the massive 1,100-acre Agave solar site. Hundreds of thousands of solar panels stretching into the horizon. Next to them, a big natural gas power plant soon to be enlarged. And then just down the road, the Palo Verde nuclear generating station. Arizona, though, is still thirsty for power. The valley set a record for electricity usage last year. And with multiple data centers coming online here, APS has to raise its power generation now by more than 50%. How much power is that?
That's bigger than the entire electric demand of cities of Salt Lake City or Charlotte, North Carolina.
Like Salt Lake City or Charlotte was just dropped on top of Phoenix.
Exactly, within a very short amount of time.
Here's why. A typical big box store like a Walmart uses about 1 megawatt of electricity during the summer. But a data center the same size uses 400 megawatts.
So 400 times the electric demand that a normal big box store would require. It makes sense then that the cost of infrastructure to be able to serve them is going to be that much higher. And that's why we insist that they pay their fair share.
So how much would that be? For like a typical data center, what kind of check would they have to write to you to get going?
It varies on each size, but we're talking hundreds of millions.
So who's going to pay for this? Customers in some East Coast cities have seen their bills skyrocket as data centers buy up the electricity on the open market. But Geisler says that will not happen with APS.
Because current electric rates are taking advantage of infrastructure that's been around for decades. Our customers are benefiting from that. New data centers shouldn't benefit from that because they require new infrastructure. So they should pay for all the new infrastructure, and our existing customers should still benefit from some of the legacy infrastructure that they helped pay for years ago.
So you can assure somebody living in Peoria or Goodyear or North Phoenix that they're not paying for these data centers.
That's correct.
100%.
That's correct.
Now, Geisler said that they will be forced to pay a rate for electricity that is 45% higher than what residential customers pay. Now, also, APS currently has a residential rate increase in front of the Arizona Corporation Commission. They say that this is to cover the rising costs of infrastructure. Now, Arizona's Attorney General says that the 14% rate increase being requested is too high and has promised to fight that.
Straight ahead, an exciting day on the bobsled track. We'll have more on America's newest gold medalist when we come back.
"12 News Valley Cam, sponsored by Parker & Sons Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical.
News and NBC News are your all-access pass to the Winter Olympics.
Already buzzing with excitement.
We're live in Milan with the athletes chasing gold and cheering on Team USA right here on 12 News.
The Department of Homeland Security has now run out of funding. It means that federal employees, including TSA and FEMA workers, aren't being paid. And with Congress out all this week, there are concerns about how long this partial shutdown will last. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
The reality of another partial government shutdown is settling in after the Department of Homeland Security ran out of funding over the weekend with no deal on reforms to immigration enforcement operations.
We need change that is dramatic, that is bold, that is meaningful.
We have to protect law enforcement.
While negotiators struggle for common ground, ICE and Border Patrol at the center of the dispute are still funded through what President Trump called the Big Beautiful Bill, while critical workers at FEMA, the Coast Guard, and TSA are once again working without pay.
People's lives and livelihoods are being played with here.
Union leader Andrew Cardoza says many TSA agents are still recovering from the last shutdown in the fall that snarled air travel for weeks. He says they can't afford another extended stretch without pay.
For me, eventually, it's going to come down to, do I put gas in the car to go to work for free, or do I put food on the table with that money for my kid?
Democrats argue they have to stand firm in the wake of the shooting deaths of 2 American citizens by federal officers. They're demanding changes, including a uniform code of conduct for ICE and Border Patrol, judicial warrants before immigration arrests, and no masks on officers.
No police department in America doesn't identify themselves.
What are you going to do, expose their faces so you can intimidate their families? What we want is ICE to be able to do their job.
Congress is out until next week, but could come back to vote if there's a deal. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And today in Georgia, the historic trial for the father of school shooter Colt Gray started today. Colin Gray is facing 29 counts, including second-degree murder. All of these are from him allegedly allowing his son to have the gun used in the shooting. Now Gray is said to have bought the rifle for his son for Christmas. His son then used that rifle to kill 2 students as well as 2 teachers at Appalachia High School. As for Colt Gray, he faces 4 counts of felony murder with the possibility of more charges being added on later.
Hollywood has lost a great. Robert Duvall has died at the age of 95. In a statement made by his wife, they said he died peacefully in his sleep at home, surrounded by loved ones. Duvall had an amazing career lasting 6 decades, and he also racked up some impressive hardware, winning an Oscar, an Emmy, and a Golden Globe. Some of his most popular roles were in movies like The Godfather and Apocalypse Now, and TV series like Lonesome Dove. The family said those looking to honor Duvall can do things that reflect him, like watching a movie, telling stories with friends or family, or taking a drive in the countryside. Well, this year, one of America's most famous highways hits a major milestone. Route 66 is turning 100.
And running from Chicago all the way to Los Angeles, the highway helped define the American road trip. But here in Arizona, it was nearly lost. 12 News journalist Kyle Simchuk sat down with an Arizona travel writer to talk about it and why it still matters.
Neon signs buzzing, 2-lane highways stretching to the horizon, and towns that feel frozen in time. Route 66 isn't just a road, it's a feeling.
Route 66 symbolized the freedom, the spirit of adventure that we all like to imagine ourselves, all like to think that that's who we are.
For Arizona author and travel writer Roger Naylor, his interest started 20-some years ago with an unplanned stop.
Only because I was hungry. And I turned off the interstate in a little town called Seligman, Arizona. Tuesday afternoon, there are 4 tour buses parked on Main Street. A tour group from Japan, a tour group from Germany. Everybody's standing out, pouring into this little barbershop, and the ones that can't get in are standing outside taking photos. I'm going, man, how good is this barber?
That barber was Angel Delgadillo, the man who refused to let Route 66 die.
Organized a group of people in 1987, got together and formed the historic Route 66 Association of Arizona, the very first of its kind. One person really did change the world.
The road itself was born in 1926, more than 2,400 miles of American ambition connecting Chicago to the California coast.
It was meant to increase the flow of commerce from east to west, and it was also meant to be an economic engine for those small towns. That's why it has that sort of meandering diagonal route, because it links all those little communities.
After World War II, the road reached its golden age, shaping everything we know about the American road trip.
People needed more places to eat, so cafes, diners began opening up. And of course, how do you attract people that are just driving by? Well, a big old neon sign works just great.
But eventually, the rise of the interstate highway system changed everything, bypassing main streets across America.
The interstates are built for speed and efficiency. It's just movement. You don't really see much of the country, so you miss all those little quirky things. You miss the roadside attractions. You miss the mom and pop diners.
Now, as Route 66 turns 100, travelers are slowing down again.
We want the tactile. We want the real experience. We want the authentic experience. And there's something that's just so charming and innocent. You want those kind of memories. Road trip memories last forever.
Naylor's book, Arizona Route 66 Road Trip, is a guide for travelers and a boost for the mom and pop businesses that line the Mother Road. It highlights more than 110 restaurants, 90 attractions, and 40 places to stay across Arizona, which boasts the longest preserved stretch of the original Mother Road, nearly 400 miles from Lupton to Oatman.
You know, I've been interviewing people and talking to Route 66 travelers for a quarter of a century now, and I always ask, you know, you've gone from Chicago to LA, what's one of your favorite memories? What place do you remember? 60 to 70% will say Oatman. You know, they'll remember that. Well, because of the burros. This is the town kind of run by wild burros.
Whether it's the burros, a good burger, or a neon sign, you can still find traces of Route 66 100 years later.
It makes you feel younger. It connects you. It gives you that sense that, you know, there's still hope, there's still optimism, and more than anything, it reminds you that life really doesn't have to be so complicated.
Kyle Simchuk, 12 News.
All right, Kyle, thank you. All right, we have the potential for some winter weather up in northern Arizona.
I think it's wonderful. Lindsay, those folks up in Flag have really been struggling. It's been pretty dry up there this winter, so maybe this will give them that boost of snow that they really need.
It definitely will, because this is going to be a 1, 2, 3 punch. Our first storm system moving into the state as we speak. The second one scheduled for Wednesday and the third one scheduled for Friday. So we're going to have chances for snow for the high country for each of those. And for the valley tonight, some light showers around midnight or so. You can see some heavier returns on the radar right near Vegas and Kingman right now. So that rain is coming down at a light to moderate pace, and it will continue to spread eastward, with rain changing over to snow up in the high country. As far as rain chances here in Phoenix, our chances will begin to rise around midnight tonight, but most of the showers are going to happen while you're sleeping. And then all day long tomorrow, we are looking at dry weather with a mix of sun and clouds. So our chances for rain pretty much during the overnight, and the rain totals are going to be light. A lot of us in the 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch range. So it's going to be pretty light, a little bit heavier north and east of Phoenix. We're also going to start with a fair number of clouds early tomorrow morning, with that rain coming to an end. Notice though, temperatures are going to be below average for the first time all of February. We're not going to make it out of the 60s, a mix of sun and clouds, a little bit breezy during the afternoon. Now Flagstaff, it's going to be more of an active day. Snow showers pretty much all night. You'll see a little bit of a lull between 6 to 8 a.m. and then it picks right back up for the afternoon. So snow accumulating all afternoon tomorrow. Show low, it'll become active mainly during the overnight, and then a lot of dry time tomorrow. But show low, you'll have another shot at this in the middle of the week. Winter weather advisory in effect right now through 5 p.m. on Wednesday, or on Tuesday rather. So this is just looking at snow totals through tomorrow night. But of course, we will be seeing more than that when we add Wednesday and Friday's totals. But at least through tomorrow night, we're looking at a few inches around the Snow Bowl, Happy Jack, Forest Lakes, and off to the east. You can see parts of Sunrise Park. We can expect anywhere from 6 to 9 inches there. Show low and Pine Top Lakeside a little bit less through tomorrow, but temperatures will be below average. We won't make it out of the 60s here in Phoenix, 70 and more sunshine out toward Lake Havasu, but the snow is going to come down. Here's a look at our future cast, and you can see those rain showers moving in around midnight tonight. It's snowing in Flag and the Grand Canyon. Rain chances here in the valley. That moves east by about 5, 6 a.m. Snow at 4 a.m. though around the Rim Country as well as the White Mountains. 8 a.m. tomorrow, it pushes off into New Mexico. A few residual snow showers up in the high country, but then the next batch of snow moves in on Wednesday morning, and that one will be higher impact. I think we'll see a lot more accumulation during the day Wednesday, and we'll have some rain chances here in the valley. So Flagstaff, we have weather impact alert days Tuesday and Wednesday for the accumulating snow. A cold week, highs are only in the 30s, and here in the valley, just for the overnight shot at some showers, we have a weather impact alert. Otherwise, a slight chance for a shower Wednesday afternoon, and then we do get warmer again this weekend, back to the 80s. Mark?
A stunning scene in the women's monobob competition today. Olympic veteran Alana Myers-Taylor won her first ever gold medal. She's now tied with speed skater Bonnie Blair as the most decorated female U.S. Winter Olympian ever. Entering her 5th Olympics at Milan, she had previously won silver and bronze, but was still missing a gold. All that changed today. Taylor was able to secure that with a time of 3:57, beating out the second-place sled by 4/100ths of a second. Her teammate, Kaylee Humphreys, also made the podium, winning bronze. Before the Olympics started, we were able to sit down with Alana Myers-Taylor.
That's right. She redefines longevity in Milan. Cheryl Preheim has her story.
An explosive push of the sled, piling in, then speeds topping 80 miles an hour.
It feels like I'm flying. It feels like I'm just gliding and everything feels right.
For Alana Myers-Taylor, knowing each ride brings the final run closer changes things.
I can't put into words what my entire career has looked like.
Olympic competition has been part of her life for nearly 20 years.
It'll be interesting after these games to have that kind of reflection and be able to look back and see what's really happened.
With 5 medals, she is the most decorated Black Winter Olympian in history.
That's a wild statistic and one I never thought I'd even accomplish. Like when I started bobsledding, I thought, hey, I'd win an Olympic medal and then I'd be out and then be done. So to have this career now and to be up there with so many accomplished Olympians and to have this statistic behind it, it's incredible.
Milan Cortina would be her 5th Winter Games in a sport where she's set the standard and shattered barriers as a woman, elite athlete, and mom.
Having 2 kids on the road in Europe for 6 months is pretty insane, but they're right there with me.
Both her sons are deaf. Her oldest, Nico, has Down syndrome.
I want them to see their mom and know that she continued to chase her dreams despite any obstacles we have.
Now, advocacy is a role just as important as Olympian.
Like I've got this really strong passion for disability, so if I can combine my love of the Olympics and Paralympics with advocating for people with disabilities too, then that would be the dream.
Alana Myers-Taylor is also redefining longevity in elite competition.
Happy birthday to you.
She recently turned 41.
For so long it's thought, women peak in their 20s or maybe they peak in their 30s or who knows, maybe it's 40. I'm hoping it's 41.
You could say Milan Cortina is a bonus Olympics. Alana almost retired after Beijing, but felt the draw back to the track with big goals.
I think the only goal you could set is 2 gold medals. I'm going to do everything I can to make it possible.
And she will now look to secure her 2nd gold of the Games, this time in the 2-woman bobsled. That event, the final, is coming up on Saturday. And you can see the extended interview with Alana Myers-Taylor right after this show at 7:30 right here on 12+.
I learned a long time ago, there's a lot of things in life you have no control over.
I play wide receiver. And we're judged on numbers.
The Japanese fighting fish!
As a receiver, you never gonna quit, you never gonna lay down, you never don't want the ball to come your way.
Fitzgerald!
And if it does come to you, you damn sure want to catch it. You don't need much motivation in the National Football League. This is a performance-based business, and every time you step on that field, you have to understand that you gotta earn your keep or you won't be around. But I think my place in history is pretty much set in stone.
It is set in stone without a question. Coming off that Hall of Fame announcement, Larry Fitzgerald back in the Valley getting ready for his 15th and final Fitz Supper Club at Dominic's Steakhouse in May. A couple months later, we all know Fitz going to be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in early August, and he tells me life hasn't changed that much.
No, it hasn't changed at all, really. It's the same. My neighbor's been a little nicer to me.
They leave you a gift basket or something?
My neighbor's been a little bit. Jeff gave me a hug. He never usually hugs me.
No hugs.
He's not a hugger.
No.
And he gave me a big hug.
It's all hugs now.
So a few things have changed. Getting a chance to see you 5 times in 4 days has also been, probably the highlight of the week.
Really? The announcement?
Got great. You made my dad cry, on TV, I didn't appreciate that.
It's good to see your dad. Yeah. He's very proud of you, Larry.
I have sons. There's nothing, I think, more rewarding than to see your kids, have success. It's an amazing experience.
Did anybody send you a message that really resonated?
Yeah, the phone has been, just jumping off the hook, ever since, and text messages, emails, and I feel the love.
We know when the enshrinement ceremony is. Do you have a set on who's going to present you yet, or is that still down the road?
No, I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm still just trying to get through answering people on text messages and returning phone calls.
It's going to take you a minute, by the way.
Yeah, but I'm going to do it. It's people take the time to do it, and I need to be respectful in that manner. I'll get to that place, and it's a pretty short list of people.
By the way, are you retired now?
I don't think so.
No, not retired.
No, I saw Phillip Rivers came back. He was 5 years out. I thought Michael told me, he'll let me get out there if I want to. So I'm gonna talk to him.
Did he tell you a price? Did you?
No,
No,
we ain't talk
we
about
talk
that. We
days.
ain't talk about
You didn't talk numbers yet?
No, we ain't talk about numbers. That's when things go sideways. Numbers start getting talked to, you know, yeah.
Mark, listen, you and I both tried to get him to say he's retired. He won't say it. He
refuses
refuses to say it.
use that
Just so we're clear, he's going to the Hall of Fame. He is retired.
You think he's going to join the Cardinals in some capacity?
Not
as a
field.
player.
Not as a player.
Okay.
I don't think coaching is in his future. I don't think he wants that time commitment. I think if Michael called or they called with anything like help, same thing with how Kurt Warner wants to help, he'd do it in a heartbeat. He's very thankful for everything Michael has given him.
Such a
over the
mensch.
years.
He really
the Cardinals
is.
too as well. He represents Arizona so well. So if they called him with something, he would do something.
Yeah.
But coaching, no. Playing, definitely
And
not.
the price is higher now that he's a Hall of Famer. Right?
Not as high. I don't know if it's as high as his playing days.
Oh, okay.
But it's
Larry just looks like he's living his best life.
He's living his best life. Yeah.
Good for him. He deserves it.
There we go.
All right, Cam, thanks. Well, take a look at this. Divers in Michigan have found a shipwreck from the 1800s. 80-year-old Paul Ehorn discovered the ship at the bottom of Lake Michigan. The Lac La Belle was actually found in 2022, but Ehorn decided to wait and to announce his findings. He did say that it was a clue from a fellow wreck hunter that led him to the ship. 8 of the 53 crew aboard the ship did not survive after their lifeboat capsized. This is one of thousands of shipwrecks that are believed to be lying at the bottom of the Great Lakes.
That seems kind of scary, yo. Like, why go that deep? Searching on the ocean like that.
It's great that it's still preserved that well, too.
There we go.
Well, thanks again for watching 12 News, our live extended coverage newscast on 12 Plus.
Yeah, remember, you can always find so much more on the 12 Plus app, including sports, weather, and special local coverage.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here later on tonight for 12 News at 10.